everyone, in another version of Better Call Art. And today we have with us, we have Brett Apold, and Brett is with Senior VP with Arcoa. And how are you? Thanks for joining us today, Brett.
Good to be here.
Yeah, it's always a good day to be here.
That's right.
So I just want to give a little backstory to our members, and I wanted to get people more familiar with ITAD, and so I thought we'd title this video for "What is ITAD?" So even me, so we could all learn some more about these services and
sure
how we can build additional business around it. So with that, I'm gonna kick this off to Brett, and Brett, please tell us.
Take it away. Yeah, it was a great idea, Art, to kind of put this sort of educational series together. For the audience, Arcoa is an electronics recycler, and there's sort of a lot of lingo and different pieces that I think through the next maybe 3 or 4 videos we can help clarify and try to make it as simple as possible for folks to understand what is ITAD. So we'll start with that. What is ITAD? We'll break it down. So you got IT, which is, IT equipment, assets, and then disposition. So that's really just, ITAD is like an industry term and practice built around reusing, recycling, repurposing, repairing, or disposing of unwanted IT equipment, and doing that in a safe and environmentally responsible way. So it's tempting to think of ITAD as an afterthought, and it often is, unfortunately, with businesses, right? They get excited about the new equipment, the new hardware. Often they're not proactively thinking about ITAD, but it's really a core part of their life cycle management. It's it's a key part of managing IT assets and ensuring that businesses are making the most of those technology investments. It really can help provide a holistic view into what devices might be nearing the end of their useful lives, help them contain costs, and really know when is it time to decommission and upgrade.
Right.
It's critical for an organization to keep their information safe and to mitigate cybersecurity risks. And I've got that as a topic for a future video for us, is really to dig into cybersecurity. Again, often thought of with live data sitting on people's networks, but it's also part of when you do disposition, you want to ensure that the data on those devices is properly destroyed.
Right. And that's something I guess you would help the salespeople or the dealers out with all those certifications?
Yes. Yep, absolutely. And there are different options in terms of how you treat data and how you destroy it. Anything from wiping the drives per a standard to shredding. So there are different ways that you can destroy that data to ensure that it's, go ahead.
So coming from the copier side of the industry,
yep.
I would tend, and with a lot of the copier people getting into IT, and
yep.
I would say not a lot of the IT people getting into copiers. Thus, I think the copier industry is going to do very, very well down the road, moving into and maybe controlling IT. Is there a lot of this dispositioning going on that we're just not seeing, or we're not asking about it? I mean, but it's happening every day.
Yeah, and that's sort of the beauty of this program and why we're excited to partner with copier dealers and offering it. Every business has IT equipment, and at some point in time, they're decommissioning it or getting rid of it. And it's really just a simple question. You're just simply asking, what are you doing with your old IT equipment or your decommissioned IT equipment? Mm-hmm. Now, part of what you want to look for is the larger the business, the bigger the opportunity, right? Everyone has IT assets. If you can find opportunities for people who are decommissioning 50 laptops, 75 laptops, or desktop computers, tablets, et cetera, the more units that are there, the greater the opportunity, right? It's not that you want to walk away from the small ones, but the best opportunities are for the larger customers.
Right. So would we, if we're out hunting for these types of accounts,
yep,
with my relationships with IT people, when it comes to the copier industry, I would say, would there be a better opportunity for those companies that have their internal IT people in place rather than a company who's going through a managed service?
Right.
Because they're gonna, I guess, need to figure out what they're gonna do with that equipment when a life cycle comes around.
Yep. So, certainly we do work with managed IT companies as well to help their customers.
Right.
So that is an avenue. But yes, if they're managing the IT themselves, that presents a tremendous opportunity to just ask the simple question.
Right. Right.
I think part of this is just looking at ITAD really sort of reverses the process, right? So at the end of the process, you want to make sure you're removing all asset tags, that you're destroying all the information inside it. You really want to just make that asset wiped completely so that, again, either it can have life again in another market, or if there is no value, it's just properly broken down and recycled properly. And another sort of category that we'll talk about in a future video is certifications, and making sure that the vendor and the partner you're working with is properly certified.
Right. So this would be pretty good for, I guess, I'm just thinking out of the box here. Many municipalities also would be,
Yes. Yeah, we work with a lot of municipalities. I think also, Art, think about sort of high compliance customers. Think about healthcare, insurance, what else? Law firms, any of those where data is super critical, right? So, because there's services you can provide there to ensure that all that data is properly destroyed.
Right. Interesting. Cool. Hey, so when we were out in, I really love this stuff about the ITAD, but we were out in Phoenix.
Yep.
Can you see this?
Yeah, it gets kind of wonky.
There
you go. There you
go. Whatever. So anyway, it says introducing Arcoa rewards program, sales reps, spiffs. And I guess, what really excites a lot of sales reps are additional spiffs.
Yeah.
Can you just tell everybody a little bit on that?
Yeah. So obviously we learned through this process that the best way to incentivize and motivate salespeople is pay them money. So it's kind of two-pronged. It's to benefit the dealer and the sales rep. So let's just make up a simple example. If you go into one of your customers and we decom out a bunch of assets, and let's say the total gross profit of that deal is $10,000. So for the sales rep, they get the $50 right out of the gate, and then they get 3% of the gross profit. So they're going to get $350 for basically handing over an opportunity for us to execute on. And then the dealer gets 70% of that GP, so they'll get $7,000.
Okay.
So there is significant revenue to make. Again, looking for the larger opportunities is where that's really going to pay off the most.
Right.
And timing is everything, Art. Unfortunately, this is sort of a transactional thing. If they don't have a need, what you have to do is just make sure that you're pinging your customers on a regular cadence, asking the question. Because when the time is right, the opportunity is significant.
Got it. So whether you're doing a quarterly QBR or if you're doing it every 6 months, this should be one of the questions we should all be adding to it, because sometimes you never know what you're going to find, right?
Exactly. And with large customers, they're always refreshing. They don't do everything at once. They may do 250 this quarter, another 100 the next quarter. So then that becomes more of a continuous opportunity.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, so Brett, this has been a great chat. I think it's going to be educational for quite a few. And I look forward to the ongoing university classes. We're going to start running shortly.
Sounds good. We'll do cybersecurity next time.
All right. Sounds good. Everyone, thank you very much. We appreciate you being on a call. Special thanks to Brett from Arcoa for being on the call. And you can always reach Brett either through LinkedIn or through his email. They're very social orientated on LinkedIn, so there's no problem finding them. All right, thank you very much, Brett.
Thanks, Art.
All right, have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.